Hello, my friends, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video, which is going to be an update on the project that we did about a week ago. I spoke about it in a couple of videos back, and that is our redoing our front walkway at the front of the house. It's finished, it looks gorgeous, and I can't wait to share with you the progress and how it all turned out. Now, if you missed that video, I'll be sure to leave a link to it in the description box below and in the cards as well. So you can go back and check out and find out exactly what we were doing and why we were doing it. We've been in this house for 20 years now. I think this is our 20th year here. And so we've just started doing small projects around the house to kind of give it a spruce up here and there. And the walkway, although not a small project, we did not do it ourselves. We did have to hire it out. We're not that silly. We're not young anymore. So we did hire it out to a crew, and they were phenomenal and did an amazing job. We are so pleased with it. So this is not a small project, but a very much needed one. I'm hoping this video finds you well and it offers you some encouragement, some inspiration to tackle those projects around the house that maybe you've been putting off or wondering if you should do, if it's worth it. For us, this was very worth it. It has increased our curb appeal immensely, and we are just thrilled with it. There's still a lot of work to do out there because when they demoed the old walkway, of course, the gardens got torn up. So we have a lot of work to get that completed, but I'm excited to do it. That's like the little crown jewels, the finishing touches to the front porch and walkway. I just love that part. So I'm excited to get going on that. Once again, this will not be a full porch decorate with me. I am cleaning it up after all the work that was done just because number one, we've got to work on those plants. We need more earth. It's coming. Hopefully today it's coming. Plus, I'm on the hunt for some new outdoor pillows. Can't really find anything I'm loving. And even on Amazon, even some of the pillow covers. But I'll find something. And if I don't, I don't. And the porch will just have to be the way it is. But if you do enjoy home decor videos, seasonal decor decorating videos, gardening, baking, I love to bake, organizing videos, then I would love if you would think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. Like and share with family and friends that you think might enjoy it as well. So without any further ado, let's get outside, and I'm going to show you the progress that happened with the walkway, and I will also be sharing the final product. I hope you enjoy. While the work began on our front walkway, I took the opportunity with the beautiful weather to just get outside and start working on our back garden here. We were going to be needing to transplant some of the hostas and some of the plants from the front walkway area because of the demolition that was taking place. So I thought I would take the opportunity, get out there and get some much needed weeding done. And then in the end, I wanted to add some flowers back here, but we really don't get a lot of luck in this garden when we plant them in the earth. So I took the opportunity to add in some of these shepherd's hooks and some hanging baskets, which just elevate the flowers out of the garden. But the nice thing is I can see them from my kitchen window out the back, and everything is elevated and they're going to thrive this way. And I think they look so beautiful. So there's a tip for you. If you don't have great soil, try elevating your hanging baskets with one of these shepherd's hooks. I got one of them from the dollar store and I love the way they look. This front walkway makeover took about a week. Unfortunately, there was a day and a half of rain out, so the guys couldn't work, but they moved very quickly. Day one was demolition. You can see everything was torn up, and also you can see that some of the plants we were managing to save, but it took a little bit of work. But this was day one, and then day two, they came in and built the walls, which looked stunning, built the stairs. Then on day three, it was just more work on the foundation. These guys were so good. They really took their time and really made sure that the foundation was solid before bringing in any of the pavers. This was a look at day 3, the end of how my front garden is now straight with the wall. Oh my gosh, I think this is my favorite change of the whole configuration. It looks so good. And then they had rain on day 4 and couldn't work, and day 5 was half a day of rain, so they came in halfway through the day to finish up a few things on the foundation work before coming back on the Saturday and Sunday to actually lay the pavers in the walkway. Once it was all complete, here is a look at how it all came together. It is stunning, but you can see how we need some more earth in that front garden and the one under the porch. But here is the walkway and the stairs all complete. We absolutely love it. I can't say enough great things about the team that worked on our walkway here. They were so professional, such perfectionists. We are so thrilled. The color of the stone is perfect with the house. That was one of my biggest concerns, but there was no concern there in the end. And here are my hydrangea bushes. I am so excited to get them into the ground and planted so they can start to grow. I found these at Costco, and if you can believe it, they were only $15.99 a piece. I had started pricing them at the beginning of the spring, and some garden centers were wanting $45 for exactly this plant. I got them at Costco for $15.99. Now we managed to save some hostas. We will be transplanting into the gardens, front, back, side, so that is still to come. But here it is again, another look at our finished walkway. But of course, after all that work was done, everything that was on the front porch, everything is just filthy. So now I've just taken everything off the porch. I'm going to give the porch a wash. I'm going to give everything out here a good cleaning as well before I put it back together. You can see all the dust on the windowsills. It was just a huge mess. So let's get started with cleaning up this front porch. The other issue we have, as beautiful as this tree is, it develops in the springtime and early summer what my husband calls these little helicopters. They are so annoying. You can see them in the garden, you can see them in the grass, and they're all over the patio. So I'm going to try and get rid of them as much as I can, but you'll see later in the video. It was very windy this day, and a big gust of wind came, and just after I got this all cleaned up, big gust of wind came and a whole bunch more came down back onto the patio. It was almost like a waste of time for me. But here I thought, okay, I'll give the porch a sweep, but you can see the dust that just flies up. So I got out the leaf blower and I decided to blow off the porch that way. Work smarter, not harder. Am I right? I did take the hose to the front porch after everything was swept and blown off just to try and get some of the remaining dust off here. I will be getting out the power washer later in the season. This was just initially to get everything cleaned up. You can see there's some staining on the deck here, but we will be getting the power washer out later to try and get rid of that. This was just to try and get the dust down so we weren't dragging it into the house. Honestly, once I got going on cleaning up the porch and all the pillars and all the woodwork, it really had needed a good rinse. We haven't done it for a long time, so there were a lot of cobwebs and just dirt and dust everywhere. So it felt really good to get out here and to get this really cleaned up for the season. I needed to put back our heron into our front garden, so I needed to just solidify his base a little bit more because he can be a little bit tipsy at times. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know that this was a gift from my mom and dad. Before my dad passed away, they gave them to all the kids and their families so we could each have one. My mom had one in her garden, which she loved, and we used to play tricks on her and move him around the garden. It was quite hilarious. She used to find it so funny. So they gave each of us one to put in our gardens. And then I just put back one of my favorite purchases this year, and this was from Walmart this season. Purchased it in the springtime, and I love this doormat. As a reminder, here is what our front walkway looked like prior to the start of this project. It was old, it had sunk a lot, the stones were sinking, it was getting dangerous, we didn't like the design of it, and it was just time for a refresh. And here's the after. What a transformation. I cannot even begin to tell you how happy we are with this. It looks gorgeous. The new design, where it's just all straight across, makes the house actually look larger at the front. There is still a lot of work to do in the gardens, but that's the fun part. For me, I can't wait to get in there and get these flowers and all the plants put back in their place. Putting the hanging basket in the pot, I've used that trick for years. I don't put flowers in individually. I use hanging baskets, and with the vast variety of hanging baskets these days, it makes for instant gratification in a pot. Not only that, I find it a very cost-effective way to get your planter to look really good at the very beginning of the season rather than buying individual flowers to transplant. And I do have a little trick on how I get my plants to transplant into a pot very easily. So be sure to come back so you don't miss out on that easy hack. Thanks so much for joining me today as we wrapped up our front walkway project and gave the porch a little refresh. I hope this inspires you to tackle a project of your own, whether it's big or small, because even the simplest updates can really breathe new life into a space. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up next. And if you'd like a little bit more behind the scenes and day-to-day inspiration, come follow me over on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you over there. See you soon.